So today I want to try and tackle this theory I have, and well, it's more of theories that I have. So I'm probably going to break it up over a couple of different videos because there's many different layers and aspects to it. It's really my ideas towards how to reform our society kind of in general. Now, I'm also not going to sit here and act like I have everything all figured out. This is a working theory that definitely needs to be expanded upon and by minds better than mine, with people with far greater knowledge than mine. So I'm just going to speak in generalities for the most part, and I'm going to keep it into how I understand stuff. So if you see flaws in my theory, please let me know below, and I'm going to start and continue to work on solving those particular problems in my theory. So the basis of my theory is this, that we need to move our society to something akin to a open market socialist society that's also democratic. Now, whenever I talk to people about this, I get a lot of pushback because a lot of people say that none of these can work together, that they're all opposites of each other. I don't feel that they are, at least not in theory. The practical is something else entirely that we still need to work on. So, when it comes to the open market aspect, it has been long since proven that the open market is one of our best tools for deciding how and what services and goods get manufactured, and we dedicate our time and energy to. It has allowed us to innovate in great ways and has brought us amazing things. And through the open market and through these processes, it has generated a great deal of prosperity for everybody. But it also kind of turned into a bit of a double-edged sword for us because through the open market and the innovation that came from it, we have a lot of new things like automation. Automation is taking away jobs at an alarming rate, and it's going to continue to do so. So it's very difficult to sustain the system that we currently have, this capitalist system, when so many people are out of jobs. We have to come up with something a little bit better that works with the modern times. And so this is where the socialist aspect comes in which that no one entity owns the means of production, but the people own it. And the people get the wealth from the machines that produce the products that we use. And transversely, it becomes that the goods, because we own them, don't cost us anything. Now, we can't also abandon the meritocracy that comes built into a system like capitalism. This is also a great motivator for us, right? It allows us to figure out who and what is worthy of additional compensation. It gives us our motivation to do stuff. But that doesn't need to be a monetary system. It can be simply just a reward system. You get accolades for it. You have the social clout because you are better at that thing. And so the democracy comes into play, in which maintaining that everybody does in fact get their say, that no one group of elitists get to control everything, and the democracy needs to have all the appropriate checks and balances that we have in place today. So because the system is all geared towards the one overall idea that we all need to start trying to embrace, in my opinion, and that is that we as a species need to work for the betterment of the species and of ourself. That our motivation isn't the profit motive anymore, but instead that we do stuff because it's better for us. And when we're better as an individual, we are doing better, we are creating better things, that has the effect of creating a better society. Example would be that if you were to become a doctor and go through that process of becoming a doctor, you're bettering yourself. Your goal is being, I want to be a doctor because this is what I want to do. And I'm going to be better for having gone through the time and energy it needs to be a doctor. But then society benefits because we now have a doctor. And then as you are a doctor, if you then go educate yourself on a new procedure, you've bettered yourself as a doctor, but then because you know how to do this new procedure, that benefits society. And so the democracy is also there to make sure that everyone's rights and freedoms in which they get to choose what their passion is remains intact. That no one is forced into doing any given task. Everyone does it voluntarily. And so one of the big pushbacks I often get from this is that no one's going to be motivated to go to school for all these years. Well, if school doesn't cost us anything, and all it takes is for you to go to school and just dedicate your time to do it, and when you come out on the other end, you now have this betterment to provide to everybody, there's the motivation. And we're going to get better doctors for that. And now, not everyone wants to be a doctor. Some people want to be YouTube content creators. And so go do that if that's what you want to do. Some people want to be farmers. Some people legitimately just want to go be farmers. There's many farmers out there that aren't there because there's a gun to their head doing it. And so no one needs to tell the farmer either what crops to grow. They're just going to grow the crop that is in the highest of demand. And very few farmers are that devoted to any one crop. There's very few people who are like, I want to just be a corn farmer and only a corn farmer, and I will never want to grow anything else. The crop they grow is very rarely of their concern. Or if they want to be a cattle rancher, or they want to own an orchard, so on. And the process to become a farmer should just be as simple as, I want to be a farmer. Is there a plot of land available for me to do it? There doesn't need to be capital involved. There doesn't need to be necessarily investments because society benefits by more farmers. Society benefits by more doctors. Society benefits by more trash collectors. Society benefits by having more teachers. So if we get rid of the profit motive and switch to a motive of that you follow your passion to better yourself, this will then inevitably create a better society. Now, it's not a perfect system, and there's many different aspects I want to cover on this in different areas. And I really hope that you guys and girls and however you self-identify Apache attack helicopters, uh, leave a comment below. Let me know where you see the flaws, and so I know where to adjust this theory accordingly. And so that's more or less where I'm going to leave today. It's a bit of an overview. I'm sure there's a lot of questions, and many people are going to point out many glaring flaws, and I'm hoping to cover them in the preceding videos when I start whittling down all the different aspects that I have in my head. And so until next time, bye.